let's switch gears and talk about the stuff you do outside of the ring. What kind of charity work have you done outside of wrestling? What organizations have you partnered up with?
So wrestling consumes most of my life. I do have a small part-time job that I supplement money from to help me go off grid faster. But the most of my stuff is involved around wrestling. So whether it's going and working shows and donating my time or whatever for those, we do a lot of benefits. I've been out. One of my favorite things that I've done, man, I went out with Gats Entertainment out in Salt Lake City, Utah. There was a group of us went out, and Jeremy Beck is as far as I know, is the owner and proprietor of Gats Entertainment, and this man has not made a dime off any of his charity events, which is good. He's actually lost money, he's what he tells me, and it's he doesn't do it to make money, and that's good. We did Mascot Mania, and then I think he called it Mascot Rumble this past year, where we had 30 special needs kids, physical and mental disabilities. They came. We had a six-man tag match to start the show, and then they had a moment where they all signed a contract at the beginning of the day to be professional wrestlers for a day.
Mm.
So we had the locker room out there. The kids would get called out. They would pick a wrestler to help them wrestle a mascot, and so that was a lot of fun. And then we did the Mascot Mania Bowl where we take 30 mascots and put them against middle school boys, is like eighth and ninth grade boys, and then they had a like high school girls football team
Mhm.
that was like the area's best together. And the mascots, they went out and um, played a game of football, and I got to officiate that, and that was a lot of fun. With the NWA, we do a lot of children's hospital visits, and man, like it's brutal, but at the same time it's rewarding. Like it's hard to go in, and I'm not going to cry, but I'm not tear up a little bit. It's hard to go into some of these rooms knowing that some of these kids haven't made it out, and then it's as equally rewarding. We were in Coalfield, and this kid, God, I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but Carrie would know, and they had gone to see him at the Children's Hospital here in Knoxville, and he'd been like his cancer was in remission, and he was coming back from fighting it, and he they came to the show, and he's like, yeah, he's 6 months in remission. I'm doing great. He's moving around. He's at the show. He's been to a couple. He's watched all our stuff, and it's just like making you feel like you're making an impact in a kid's life. Granted, I'm probably not, but just showing up and just being willing to listen and talk and communicate with them, like life's going to be okay, and it puts a lot of life into perspective for us. Dude, I'm blessed beyond measure. Like I've got a great family, I've got great friends, I've got a great career in professional wrestling that is inevitably going to go up and up, and like knowing that if I can make the impact in somebody's life somewhere, then great. So those are most of the stuff that we did. Now I did do I coached middle school and high school football and wrestling at the
Oh,
school that I graduated from in Knoxville for about 10 years before I had to step away for wrestling. And the first couple and then the last were all voluntary, no money exchanged type things. And that was more. I wouldn't say that was very charitable, except for my soul. It's just good to be around
well,
football and
it's
wrestling.
something you did. It's something you did to for the good of your
That's
heart. Yes.
that's been the best thing. I love coaching and big fan of like instilling discipline in kids. And then what, like we would get together for football, especially we would get together in March. We'd go March, April, May, then get a week off, and then we go uh, through the summer where we'd work out 3 4 times a week.
Hmm.
And these are middle school kids, mind you. And then by the time football rolls around, we've got our structure set up, and they're out stretching themselves before practice. And then they're we did the Nick Saban's big on tucking your shirt in before you go to the weight room. We're doing drills. We're hitting the weight rooms. Their shirts are tucked in. If I tell them to put their toes on a line, they put their toes on a line. If I put them like they put their heels on a line, they put their heels on. And it's rewarding to watch all that culminate, and then watch them become self-policed, and watch them hold each other accountable, and then some of that discipline ends up translating to like the classroom where they're doing, their teachers are telling them to do something and they do it, and it's like, huh, well, this 12 to 14-year-old kid usually as a troublemaker, but now he's doing whatever. But it's those are always fun times when you get to see those kids grow. Man, dude, watching those kids grow, and then on the flip side, doing the charitable stuff with the children's hospitals and everything. And outside of those, man, I'm not very charitable. Now
Well, I
I'll leave a
think
good tip every once in a while. I'll go to church and tithe. I'll donate to causes that I need to donate to, and I feel a need to donate to. But um, man, like for me, if nobody's out there helping me find these things, I usually don't know that they exist. So uh, but we try to do a little bit here and there, and I look forward to doing more in 2024 as wrestling does pay more bills for me, and I can take more time off and go put my name put my name out there for the NWA and be a brand ambassador. My whole goal is to be a brand ambassador for the National Wrestling Alliance, where I can do interviews like this. I can go do the charity stuff because it's fulfilling, and it helps keep you grounded in a world where we're larger than life and where we think we're we're hot stuff, and it keeps you humble and it keeps you grounded, and that's important, I think, in life. So yeah.
yeah.